The lowest DC-10 began its approach, massive and graceful despite its size. Danny watched as it descended into position, retardant streaming out in a perfect line. Tanker 1914, you're next. Offset right, maintain spacing. One by one, the huge aircraft made their runs. Each pilot had to contend not only with the turbulent air and reduced visibility but also the wake effects from the aircraft ahead of them. The coordination was incredible to watch, 5 of the world's largest firefighting aircraft operating in close proximity, each laying down nearly 10,000 gallons of retardant. Final approach, Tanker 1910, Danny announced as he brought his aircraft into position. He could see the other aircraft's drops below, creating a massive red barrier ahead of the flames. His drop would complete the wall they were building. The turbulence was severe. Hot air from the fire below created massive updrafts, while the cold air being pulled in at ground level generated dangerous wind shear. Danny fought to keep the DC-10 steady as they began their drop. Release, he commanded. The aircraft shuddered as the retardant deployed, adding the final segment to their defensive line. All drops on target, Dave reported from the lead plane. Coverage is consistent across the entire line. I've never seen anything like this. Ground crews were already moving in behind the retardant line, setting backfires and reinforcing the barrier. The incident commander's voice came over the radio, tension evident even through the static. Outstanding work, all aircraft. That line is holding. I repeat, the line is holding. Fire intensity is decreasing where it hits the retardant. But there was no time to celebrate. All aircraft, be advised we have multiple spot fires developing north of the line, dispatch reported. Request immediate secondary drops. Danny quickly assessed their options. All 5 aircraft would need to reload, but they could sequence their returns to maintain constant coverage of the fire zone. Tankers 1914 and 1915, return to base for immediate reload, he ordered. 1912 and 1913, hold in pattern to attack spot fires. Tanker 1910 will coordinate with the lead plane for precision drops on critical areas. The operation continued through the day and into the night. The DC-10s worked in rotating shifts, maintaining pressure on the fire from all sides. Their night flying capabilities proved crucial as darkness fell, allowing them to continue operations when most other aircraft had to stand down. By dawn the next day, the fire's advance had been stopped. The unprecedented coordinated drop of 5 DC-10s had created a barrier the flames couldn't breach, giving ground crews the opportunity they needed to establish control lines. At the post-operation briefing, Danny shared data from their aircraft's computer systems. The coordinated drops had laid down over 45,000 gallons of retardant in a continuous line over 2 miles wide. The precision of the drops, maintained despite severe conditions, had ensured complete coverage with no gaps for the fire to exploit. This operation proves what we've always believed, he told the assembled crews. The DC-10's capacity and accuracy, multiplied across multiple aircraft operating in concert, gives us capabilities no other aerial firefighting platform can match. The success of the mission led to immediate requests from other fire zones. The company's dispatch center was flooded with calls from incident commanders wanting to know if similar multi-aircraft attacks could be mounted on their fires. We're changing the game, Jack said as he reviewed the mission data. Traditional aerial firefighting doctrine never envisioned this kind of coordinated heavy tanker attack. We're writing the book on new tactics. Danny nodded, already thinking about how to refine their procedures. We need to document everything from this operation. Flight parameters, drop patterns, communication protocols, everything that made it work. This is going to become our standard response for any fire threatening to overwhelm conventional resources. The maintenance crews were already preparing the aircraft for the next mission. The company's investment in multiple DC-10s had proven its worth, demonstrating that sometimes the best way to fight a massive fire was to match it with massive resources. As Danny walked the flight line, checking on the aircraft being serviced, he reflected on how far they'd come. From a single converted DC-10 to a fleet of 25, each aircraft representing a massive commitment of resources but also a massive increase in firefighting capability.